sunshine in the brain when it's going. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow. No matter.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brittany. I came back with another video. I did one eye off camera and I'm gonna do the next eye on camera because I really didn't know how this palette was gonna work out for me today, so just bear with me. And I didn't want it to be super long, so I picked up the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is the I think this is the bling something, bling boss, bling babe, or something like that. But this is what it looks like. Oh, it's bling boss. Sorry guys, it's bling boss. It's so pretty. The other palettes that she had, I felt like I had them already within my collection of other eyeshadow palettes, so this one just kind of stood out to me. I will say when I was doing this eye, first of all, there's only one transition color in this palette, and it's this color right here. I did not use any other palette but this one today because I just wanted to challenge myself to try to just use one palette. So this was a challenge for me because this is a cool tone shade. I never use cool tones. They don't, you know, on women of color, it doesn't really come up very well. So this was pretty hard for me to do today because this is the only transition shade that I had to work with. But I feel like it came out pretty decent. So if you would like to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. First shade that I'm gonna obviously go in with is this shade called Hush Hush. And it is the only transition shade in this palette. And another thing I am gonna say about this palette is that the eyeshadows, the colors are very pigmented. They are super pigmented. Oh wait, let me prime my eyes. Lord, okay. I need to get it together. I'm actually in a rush, so I'm trying to hurry up. So I'm gonna prime my eyes today with the P. Louise Rumor 2. This base is amazing. It's phenomenal. It makes your shadows come out even more pigmented. The colors are already very pigmented in the palette, but using this base just made it even more intensified. So I'm just going to quickly apply that. Okay, so I'm not going to set this with anything because with this base you don't need to set it with anything. So like I said, again, I'm going to go in with the only transition shade in this palette, which is called Hush Hush. And I'm taking it on a Sigma E300 or E30 brush. So I'm just kind of packing it on first. I always pack my colors on first and then blend it out, but do you see what it looks like? It's just kind of... It's a cool tone shade. It's not really, I feel like cool tone shades are not really, they're not really suited for women of color. They don't come up too nice. It's just cool. It's a cool tone. I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't, the pigment, it looks ashy almost, you know? So the next shade I'm going to go in with is this color right here called Rockstar. And I am going to apply this to my outer corner. I'm going to pat it on first. You see how pigmented this is? It's a lot of pigment. But I can say on the downside, these shadows are very pigmented, but they are really hard to blend out in a way. So I don't know how to feel about it. Like I'm really liking the palette just because I really love the colors, but it's kind of hard to blend out with these colors being so, I don't know, matte, I guess you could say. I'm not really sure, but they're not the easiest to blend out. I'm going to take the next shade. It's called Sparks. And I'm basically going to use that shade to kind of blend out the edges of Rockstar. And another thing that I noticed with this palette is that the more you try to blend it out, the more patchy it kind of looks patchy a little bit in certain spots. So I don't know, you just have to do a lot of work with this palette, I should say. The colors, the pigment is beautiful. Like, you see how pigmented this is, and I didn't even dip all the way in there. I literally just barely tapping these shades, but they come up so pigmented, you know. So yeah, they're very pigmented, but again, it's just kind of hard to blend out. So I'm just gonna take the first brush that I used for the transition, and oh, that's the wrong brush. That would have been a nightmare. I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit. So the next shade I'm gonna go into is this shade called Buried Treasure. It's really pretty. It's a black shade, but it has like these little glitter particles in it. I don't know, but this shade really comes up strong. So again, be very careful. Gotta be very careful with these shades. So I'm going to apply this in my outer V. And kind of bring it upwards into the crease a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with, I'm going to mix actually Rockstar and this color right here called Mystic. I'm going to mix those together and kind of drag it along my crease. I mean, not my crease, but my lid. Also going to take that up into the crease to blend out the edges of Buried Treasure. Now I'm just going to take a clean brush and I'm going to blend all of the edges out at once. Going to take my Inglot. I have been loving this, you guys. I've been cutting my crease with the Inglot gel liner. It looks like this, and the color looks like this. I don't know what type of pigment this is, but it's amazing. So I've been actually cutting my crease with this instead of using concealer, and it just makes like whatever color that you put on top of this, it really intensifies it. It looks beautiful. So that's how I was able to get this this color on my lid. So I'm going to cut the crease and then I'm going to come back and because that takes a while and it takes concentration. So I'm just going to cut my crease and I'm going to come back when I apply the lid color. I'm back from cutting the crease. So do you see, you can kind of see the difference. So this is without, this is just with the base, with the Inglot gel liner in 94. This is what the color looks like, and then this is with the eyeshadow applied on top. So I'm going to take this beautiful shade right here. It's called Bling Bling. And I'm going to take that and apply that all over my lid. But first I'm going to spray my brush with some water. I just love this spray bottle, you guys. I'm going to feature this in my favorites video that I'm going to, you probably have seen the favorites video already. I don't know which one I'm going to upload first, but regardless, I'm going to feature this in there. So it's really cool. I just love it. Like, it's just amazing. Okay, anyway. Anywho, okay, so I'm just going to take that color Bling Bling and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. Intensified everything. Like, if you put this base down and put glitter on top or any type of, like, I don't know, pigment, it's beautiful. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, almost, I'm going to take the same brush that I used this black shade with. I'm not going to pick up any more pigment because a lot comes out, so I'm just going to use whatever is left on this brush. This is my Morphe 505 brush, so I'm just going to blend out the edges of the cut crease right here with just whatever is left. I did not dip my brush back into it at all. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take Rockstar and Sparks, and I'm just going to apply that under my in my waterline, and I'm also going to apply the Inglot Kohl pencil in the shade number 1, and I'm going to put that in my waterline first. And then I'm going to go in with Sparks, which is that burgundy looking shade. Go ahead and apply my lashes, my other pair of lashes, and then eyeliner off camera, and then I will see you guys in the outro.
And those brown eyes, you're the one that I desire.